Good evening, I'm Kilmej Jones, and today I'd like to talk about IPs, or the reboot of IPs, or the remaking of things that we grew up with, and how we feel about them now. So the other day I was watching a commercial, and a trailer for The Fall Guy came out. And I'm like, The Fall Guy? It's like, I remember that watching with Lee Majors, watching that with my grandmother when I was a kid. I think I was probably around about I don't know, maybe 5 years old at the time, back in the early 80s. And I remember sitting with my grandma and my brother around the TV watching The Fall Guy. And my grandma used to say, "Oh my God, Lee Majors, I love him." And my brother, because my brother was about 10 years older than me, and he loved me from the $6 Million Man. And so one of my biggest memories from that show was the GMC pickup truck that he had. I always had wanted one of those right there. I love that pickup truck. And so I see I would like to say this right here. So I was watching a commercial on YouTube, and there was like a commercial for a trailer for The Fall Guy. And I'm like, oh my God, they're remaking The Fall Guy. And I'm just like, it doesn't even seem like the old show. And I know that's the trope that we have nowadays. It's like, what do? Do you continue to make a new IP where you might not get it, you might not take interest in it, or do you go with an older established IP and hope that you can get that older fan base back while watching it? And I don't know what the right answer is. I grew up in the 80s and 90s where watching, I think we had the best generation of TVs, childhood shows, just overall experiences to do. We came up things with Ninja Turtles, Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, She-Ra, hell, Care Bears, Gem and the Holograms. And most of those shows that I just renamed have all been remade in some shape, form, or fashion. And it's just like, I feel some kind of way about it, because it's just like, wow, this is my childhood and I love watching these shows. But in that same sense, it's like, you know what, maybe we should try something new. And you know what, new doesn't always seem to come across as being successful. I mean, like, what's a new IP that just came across that I think, that might tank? But then again, it's just like, hell, they redid G.I. Joe in the movie theaters, and it was just a stinker. They tried to reboot Ghostbusters, and for the most part, the general consensus is that that movie just sucks. And the Transformers themselves have been hit or miss. So again, what do? Do you remake something, or do you continue to, or do you, how can I say this again? I think I might have missed what I was saying. Say, do you remake an older IP, or do you come up with something new? I don't know what the right answer is. Tell me what you think about it. As always, like, share, and subscribe. This is Kilmej Jones. I'm signing out. Have a good night.